I spoke about this, but I hadn't done a video or segment on my show, thus on the channel. So I wanted to make sure that I did this. Though I did speak with Ethan and a lot of Comicsgate guys about this. So this artist, Mark Brooks, who's just a raging leftist, which again is the safest position to have in mainstream comic books, because you're not going to lose your job because you're a raging leftist. You lose your job if you support liberty. So Mark Brooks has not stopped, and he has said a lot of goofy shit, and it's some stuff that I want to talk about. Also, it kind of reaffirms why I think you should let these fucking companies that really exclude. It'd be one thing if there was balance, but there's no balance. This is really who they exclusively hire. And the opinion of DC is coming from Spencer from Abandoned Comics as well. And Marvel artist Mark Brooks, any creator who chooses to declare themselves a member of Comicsgate is making a foolish, terrible choice. Not least of all, he causes not least of all because he believes the movement's prominent figures to be alt-right con men. So he's an artist, and he's more of a cover artist as well. So he only is doing like shit that is, he probably does a few covers a month, and that's how he makes his money for doing shit with them. So there's an artist who's not even a known artist like that. He's an up and comer. He's a guy that likes to do this, and of course, yeah. And his Twitter, as you see right here, is Don Draw stuff. But he's been kind of going through his soul searching, definitely going to see content and looking at stuff. And he says, okay, he's declaring himself as Comicsgate because he likes what they stand for and everything. And he wrote this post that says, it's taken me a minute, but after searching my core beliefs, my love of comics, love of country, and a few Ethan Van Sciver live streams, I'm officially declaring myself as Comicsgate. I had been led to believe they were boogeymen of comics. Nope, we just love comics. We just love comics. He says, seeing what SJWs and bleeding heart liberals have done to what was once good old-fashioned all-American fun, comics good v evil, nothing Comicsgate does promotes hate or bigotry, tries to hold back the progress or beliefs of anyone. We welcome you all and wish you would. And these are obviously this continued series of tweets. But this is what Mr. Mark Brooks art said. He said this is a foolish, terrible choice, and this is him reaching out to him. This Don Draw stuff. Again, this is not some guy that's like in the industry like that. To sit up here and let him know that, okay, you're making a mistake by aligning yourself with Comicsgate. Now, it's funny because Don says you're entitled to a wrong opinion. And basically, I want to know if it's in here that there was, here it is right here. This is what I wanted to talk about. So Mark Brooks, I think he ends up blocking this guy as well. He sends a DM to him, and this is what he says. If you want to talk about this, let me know. I'm not looking to be your sponsor or support system. No shit. I'll tell you how it is, raw truth. If you want to draw comics for a living, this is a super stupid move. Doesn't matter if you want to work for the big two or indie. Comicsgate is how you kill your long-term career. Okay. Now, of course, we've seen a lot of people who are former DC, Marvel artists, writers, or whatever that have got into the Comicsgate space, and they have made a lot of money, and it's been far more lucrative than they had being pissy broke working for Marvel or DC. So obviously Ethan, the Shane Davises of the world, Malin, we got Graham Nolan, R.T. Bear. Like, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of work in the industry that are now doing their own thing, and it fucking pisses them off. This is the point that I made about him on Ethan's page, so I want to reiterate this. Notice this. When these guys say stuff like this, and I've heard it in some of, like, different spaces before. It's like, hey, you shouldn't align with somebody or not align. It's more of you shouldn't basically see someone in a positive, general positive light that they see in a negative one. That's basically what this boils down to. I think that's as simple as that. It's not even about aligning with people. It's like you don't hate them or see them as like this taboo like we do. That's bad for your career. It's the point that I made. These guys, it's not like he's going to break his fucking neck trying to get Don a job. You notice that, right? They don't do that for any of you guys. I've made this point before. Okay, if you think these guys who don't even agree with you and what it is, dumb shit that you're doing, and you've made it abundantly clear that you hate them, and they are, thirsty, wanting to be, recognized as some artist or writer or whatever it is, you will tell them who they're not aligned with, but what you won't do is give them a fucking job. Will you? You won't hire him. He's not going to go hire Don. He's not going to plug and put in Marvel's ear the insane people that now control the fucking print comics side of or the division of that company. He's not going to say, hey, hire this up and comer. He's not. He's never going to do that. He just doesn't want you to associate with the people that he hates. As simple as that. That's how these people operate. They don't want you associated with the people they hate. So what they don't want to have happen is you see some sort of success and it's not attached to what they individually control. Whether it be Comicsgate or whoever, everybody that they see that's not attached, let's say the big two or the indie companies, which they're not indie in the sense of, people like to use the term indie to talk about like creator-owned shit, and like that's not really what it is. But there's the baby mainstream with IDWs, the Dark Horses, the Boom, the all those guys, Image. You know what I mean? Like it's the same shit with those guys as well. But they don't want people to see success with them. They'd rather it be, saw with them. They don't want people to be seen as successful that are not detached for them. And they would try to delegitimize anybody that has those aspirations. Definitely if you have something that comes into fruition that makes a lot of money or has a lot of enthusiasm behind it, they'll delegitimize it, do everything they can. But they're not going to give you a job. First of all, they're broke. They can't. But they ain't going to give you a job. They ain't going to give you a job, bro. They're broke. So to all you fucking weirdos in the industry that don't like people to be associated, and again, it's not about them associating with Comicsgate. Just tell the truth. You hate Comicsgate, and you just don't like people that don't see them through the same lens as you, and it rubs you the wrong way that they may not hate that person or hate those groups of people like you hate them. That's all this ultimately boils down to. But to all you fuckheads that are doing that shit, how about this? I hire them. Shut the fuck up. All this tweeting and shit. Oh, you don't want to associate. Hire them. Put your money where your mouth is and hire them. You won't because you fucking number one are broke. And it ain't about that. You don't care about it. You don't really care about them and their own individual careers anyway, man. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on YouTube.com/YoungRipper59 and Odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, EricDJuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.